Alexis Rosenberg still with us. I think we have a little bit of time. We're at this sidebar to get more of your thoughts. And we know that this is involuntary manslaughter, so a reckless or a negligence. And I think they just did a really good job. The state did, reiterating that it was her responsibility to maintain custody of the guns and of the ammunition. And we know based on the evidence, she flat didn't do that. Do you think that secures a conviction, Alexis?
I think that the testimony that we have heard supports that she acted extremely reckless. It doesn't seem like she was doing any of the job duties. And I mean, the testimony or the defense that she didn't feel secure speaking up. Well, the problem is that was her job. Her job was to create a safe environment, and if it wasn't safe, to speak up. So if she had a problem with that, then she shouldn't have taken the job, or she needed to voice that prior to taking the job.
Right, absolutely agree with you. This case is something else. A lot of little details coming out. Let's go back into court now for the remainder of Redirect. I want to take this time to bring our guest back in, Alexis Rosenberg, because I want to talk to you about something that happened on this set, and that is Dave Halls, the first assistant director. We know he entered a plea deal. He received 6 months of unsupervised probation for his role. He's the one that actually handed the gun to Alec Baldwin. Alec Baldwin then held that gun, and Helena Hutchins was shot at that time, and they both say, Alec Baldwin and David Halls, guess what? No we didn't have any idea there was any live ammunition. So talk about his potential testimony as well as the safety on the set.
Well, I mean, what we are getting now from this testimony from the producer, it appears that they did not have the correct amount of safety on this set. It wasn't just simply that the defendant in this case did something wrong. They didn't have the checks and balances. This is going to be a huge problem. I think the witness that is on now, the producer was put on to show that he didn't, or testify he didn't have a conversation, and he wasn't put on notice by the defendant about her concerns. However, this cross-examination, I think, is going to be detrimental if there is a civil case, which we know there is, as to the fact that the movie itself did not have appropriate safety measures.
Yeah, I do think you're right. Now, I understand there was a civil suit, and I don't know who all was involved in that did settle with the husband of Helena Hutchins. He's now the executive producer of this movie. There may be other civil lawsuits to follow, but an excellent point that you make. We're accustomed to seeing these kinds of charges involved, or scenarios rather, involved in civil suits, not criminal. So for a set armor to be charged criminally, as well as really an A-list actor for an incident involving a gun, it's a pretty big deal. All right, Alexis, stay with us. We need to go back into court now. More testimony from the Rust producer, Hannah Gutierrez, on trial. Let's go into court.